Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I am going to do a the collective for today. Today is Tuesday. Today is January 20th, 2026. You may follow me on the tube, my blog, or not. Totally up to you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it doesn't fit, don't make it fit. If some of it fits, God's kiss. We love that for you. Whatever doesn't, leave it on the table for someone else. We don't want you taking on energy that wasn't meant for you. We're going to use Fearless Familiars because, again, I haven't used it in so long. And now, you guys know I go through phases. J. Edward Neal, shadowartfinds.com. He also has an Etsy shop, too. Him and I believe his wife run it. I hope everybody had a good Tuesday. It was good. I thought it was good. I picked for about 2 hours this morning. Then I went to packing. We were bombed all day with totes, so constantly busy. And then, like 12, 30-ish, I got my line down to nothing. Then we went to relieve for last break, like relieve all the pickers for last break. Then took ours, then came back. Got my line down to nothing again, like a little bit before 3. And did not have totes on my line for like 35 minutes. No, maybe like 30 minutes. And I went to turn in my delay sheet, and the boss says, "Bye, have a good night." And it was a little bit early. And I was like, "Yeah, have a good night, sir." And I turned around and I grabbed my stuff and I left. I'm like, if you're telling me to have a good night, I'm out the door. I mean, I didn't have any, and literally I gathered up all my stuff and I still did not have totes on the line. So hopefully when second shift started, there wasn't too much sitting there for them. Because it's kind of nice, not to leave them a big mess. I kind of hate doing that, but the thing is usually at the end of the day we get bombarded with totes and we leave a full line. So hopefully that did not happen. After I took off, we got 3 on the table. 4 on the table. Let's do 2 more shuffles. 5 on the table. Somebody's sending somebody the evil eye. The evil eye. Oh, I reposted one of my favorite readers. She does a lot of technical readings, if that makes sense, like good versus evil, demonology, like kind of like stuff like that in reference to humans. So you could be interested, you might not, I don't know. She's one of my favorites because even though it's like technical, like I always look at it like biblical, I guess you would say. Um, like I understand because I've experienced some things, that like, and I watch her readings and I'm like, oh, I get it. And I'm sure other people watch them and they're like, what? Like, what? Last shuffle. I like her. I think she's really good. And like all of us, she's lived a life, man. All right, we got 6 with bottom of the deck. Look at these kitties. I kind of want to send an email to J. Edward Neal and be like, "Can you do a Fearless Familiars? But can you do all orange cats for Bubbles and Homer?" Because I mean they're black, so I could technically say Miss Pickles, Harley, kind of look like this. But what about Bubbles and Homer? Like, how come they get left out? Just because they're orange? And they're so sweet. They deserve to be on a card. We got the Heralds. I know I should make my own set of cards. I mean, I have made my own set of cards before, but I don't really use them. They're Oracle, but they're just like word cards, We got Awakener. We got Patience. We got the Witch. The Witch. We got Evil Eye. And then we got bottom of the deck, the Predator. The Predator. Feminine, masculine, take how it resonates. Okay, whoever the predator is, they are sending the evil eye to this witch. Whoever this witch is, they're I don't like they're speaking on something, they're announcing something, they're saying something. And whatever they're saying, they're awakening. Like they're awakening and they're causing other people to awaken as well. Like this really and truly is a herald. And I was picturing and I love history, but I never remember stuff, y'all. Was it Paul Revere that supposedly, was on the horse and ran with the news or whatever? And it gives, like, I was seeing like a Paul Revere kind of, like somebody running on a horse to like give an announcement or something, like a written announcement at the time, right? But like an announcement of some kind. It's awakening not only just the witch, not only like is it meant to awaken the predator themselves, but it's when I look at the patience card and I look at these bubbles, right? It's like whatever this witch is saying, it's in the atmosphere. It's out there. Like people are going to hear it, people are going to see it, and it's going to awaken people. It's going to awaken people. When you look at this awakener card, okay? And you look at this cat, and I look at this cat, it almost looks like a kitten to me, like a baby cat, a kitten, like a young cat. Whatever this person is putting out there, whatever they're saying, it's awakening like young people. Like it's we're all born, right? We all are born into families. We all get raised by families. We all take on their knowledge, their know-how, their thoughts, their ideas, their history becomes our history, right? Their mental illnesses become our mental illness. Their successes become our successes, right? It just depends on where you're born, who you're born to, how your life plays out. This is just giving the energy of somebody putting out knowledge, like saying something, doing something, and a younger generation of people seeing this, hearing this, and being like, oh, that's what this is about. Oh, that's what this is. Like this is how I'm supposed to be. This is what I'm supposed to do. This is where I'm supposed to go. It gives off like a shepherd. I know some people might not like me getting, religiousness, religiously. I mean, whatever. But it's giving shepherd. Like it's giving, and I don't want to say Jesus, but I mean it's giving that kind of vibe. Like somebody's putting some type of energy out there, whoever this witch is, and people are listening, people are seeing, people are following, people are paying attention. It could be in person, it could be somebody showing people in person, like teaching them what they know, what they believe, right? It could be social media, like somebody could have a TikTok or a YouTube or an Instagram or a Twit, whatever, Lemonade, whatever. But they're putting it out there, and these young people are standing up and taking notice. And if you really think about it, right? Even though again, like we take on our families' ideals, right? Because we're taught what we're taught, when we live where we live. But if you really think about it, the minds that you could mold the most, the easiest, first would be the younger generations. It's going to be a lot harder, right, for somebody to change my mind. Like I'm in my 40s. What about the person in their 60s? it's going to be a lot harder to change their mind. It's going to be a lot harder to awaken them. But the younger generation, they're still young, they're still fresh. And even though they take on their family's stuff, right? They still have a better chance to open their minds for possibility. Again, to be molded. But this is not like a negative. This is like a good thing. This is somebody putting positive thoughts out there, positive ideas out there, and people are listening. People are taking note. And I think that's amazing. I think that's amazing. And you also got to remember too, like right now, the younger generation, and not to tout my own generation, not to tout, no, not to belittle my own generation and the generations before me, but right now, young is where it's at. Like they're going to lead our country, they're going to lead this world. They're the visionaries. With them, it is possible. And I'm not saying that my generation's time is over. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you have to look to the future. You always have to invest in your future. Always. The kids today are so important. So important. If you're raising spoiled, nasty, evil little kids, think about what our future is going to be like. If your kids don't know boundaries, if your kids think they deserve everything, if your kids steal and cheat and lie, what does that mean for our future as humanity, in humanity, of humanity, right? Like, what about the world? Like, where are we going to be in 20 years? I don't want to be in a shithole in 20 years. I want something better, not just for me, but for the collective, the world. And where do you have a better opportunity to guide us in that direction? With a younger generation? Because you're talking about people that are going to graduate high school, go to college, get degrees, hopefully become lawyers, doctors, politicians. My God, we need new politicians. We need new blood. We need fresh blood. We need people that have a moral compass. We need believers, do-gooders. Be good, do good, right? I've said that a million times. Every day we have the opportunity to get up and do better and be better. Let's do that with a whole fucking generation. Let's do that. Let's raise our kids right. Right? Let's teach them about humanity and love, but also guide them, right? With knowledge, sources. Source, if you believe. This is interesting. This is really good. I like this. I don't know whoever this is, but they can kick rocks. I don't know who this is, but they can shit in a bucket. I mean, I'm like, seriously. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this every day, and I'm gonna die on this hill. I said that to my friend this morning. We were next to each other picking when I was picking this morning, and him and I were going back and forth. He's a really nice guy, and we were talking about food. Almost the whole 2 hours that we were next to each other picking, we were talking about food, and we kept saying, "Quit talking about food, quit talking about food," and then we would talk about food. But I was telling him something about food, and I said, I will die on that field. I will die on it. And he was laughing, but I was talking about food. But seriously, like, I will forever die on that on that hill, on that field, whatever. Evil will never ever trump good. Good will always prevail. And I have to believe that. I have to have faith. I have to hold on to my hope. Because when I lose that, I don't want anybody else to lose that. Sometimes it feels like that's all we have left. So, and I don't care that I'm swearing. I was watching one of my favorite readers the other day, and she was like, I don't like swearing, and I don't know why readers swear. I get it. I get it. But this predator can fuck off. Fuck all the way off. I don't care. I don't care. I have to believe that as humans, as a society, as the world, we can do better, we can be better, and we will continue to do that. I have to believe that the next generation is going to be even more in tune, even more spiritually developed than we are. Shit, I want them to teach me things. Grow up, baby. Learn and teach me. Guide me and show me. I say that all the time. Don't get me wrong. I love to get on here. I love to give speeches. I love to tell people what I know. I love when people tell me what they know. I love knowledge. I love to learn. I love new things. Like, tell me, teach me. I like it. I wouldn't be taking courses to enhance my own knowledge and my own skill set if I didn't like learning. Am I going to agree with everybody that says something? Of course not. Does everybody agree with me? Of course not. I would never expect that. We're all our own individuals. We all have our own thoughts, our own ideas. That's what makes this world so great. Because as long as it comes from a positive force, it's really not wrong. It's when you delve into the negative and the karmic and the toxicity, that's when it's a problem. Nobody wants to pass that along to the next generation. Nobody wants to pass along generational curses. Can we just agree that? I mean, this is one of the reasons why I didn't even really have kids, is because I was always afraid I was going to pass on a mental illness, whatever I inherited, even though I know I would have been a kick-ass mom. Awesome. I just never wanted to pass that along. I never wanted to put that on the next generation, my next generation. And the funny thing is I've actually said this like 2 times in the last 2 or 3 times in the last 3 weeks, and that's my dream was always, and I've told you guys this before, if you follow, if you subscribe, if you've been watching me for a while, my dream was always to buy some land, some acreage, to have a farm, non-working technically, other than for myself and my family, and take in stray cats and dogs and have some horses and some pigs and some cows and some chickens, and live off the grid as much as possible and just live a peaceful life. And I always thought I would adopt kids. I always thought I would adopt little kids, kids that need a home, teenagers, pay for them to go to college, pay for them to make their own way, support them in ways that sometimes I never felt supported. That was always my dream. Always. Since I was young. Since I was probably late teens, early 20s. The next generation. I love this. I think this is great. I wish everybody felt like this. I wish everybody knew how important it was to support that next generation. I think a lot of people feel war torn right now. I think a lot of people feel like they just don't have the energy. But whoever the herald is, kudos. Keep going. Keep saying what you have to say. Keep doing what you have to do. Because I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I don't care if people look at me as a herald or an awakener or not. I'm still going to keep doing what I do. I'm still going to keep taking classes and learning. I'm still going to edit my book and publish my book. I'm going to do whatever the hell I want to do. I'm going to keep moving forward. And I would hope everybody would do the same. And I hope everybody would be teaching their kids to do that, right? And it's kind of it's kind of funny because now I'm thinking about when I do the children's oracle. I did it on Saturday or Sunday, I think. I think Saturday I did it. I think. And maybe Sunday. And my closing line that I always say on the children's oracle is, I hope you share these messages with your kids, and as always, I hope you tell your kids that you love them, because that's all they want. And that is literally the beginning of the awakening for the next generation. Because when your kids don't feel loved, they're not going to really turn out the way that they should. Some of them might, some of them won't. Okay, am I crazy? I thought I just saw like an ambulance light in the in the window. I didn't hear any sirens though. There's a reason why I close out those readings like that. You know, my parents didn't always tell me that they loved me. I don't even think they did until like I started telling them like I love you. And then they were like, I love you too. You know, it's I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Investing in the next generation, that's where it's at. I'm going to leave it there because I'm just going to ramble on about the same thing over and over again. And you guys don't need to hear it. It's just going to waste your time. So I'm going to leave it there. I hope it resonated for somebody. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, if anything, you were entertained. If you feel the same, please share. And by that, I don't even mean share my video. You can share my video. Feel free to do that. But what I'm saying is share this idea with your kids, with others. Like let's raise. Instead of putting people down, let's raise them. All right. I hope everybody has a lovely Tuesday night. Just a reminder, I know I already told you guys, but I'm off tomorrow. It's supposed to be snowy and nasty. I'm not planning on going anywhere. The only place I would really need to go is my old doctor's office to get my copy of my medical file. But if the weather's too bad, I'm not going. And they're only open 10 to 2. So I will do affirmations in the morning. I will do readings probably early and then post them. I don't know that I'm going to do extra readings, only because I want to try and finish my coursework online for my class if I can, or get as close to it as I can. So, yeah, but I will be posting tomorrow. So I hope everybody has a lovely evening, and I will talk to y'all tomorrow. Bye.